Hey guys, Noel here, and we are finally back on YouTube. Thank goodness. Alright, so we are back using Prism, did a little tinkering with the app, and all is well. It is Friday night, and since we're back with Prism, I can stream to all my friends on YouTube, see the live chat in real time, have your comments be on the channel. This is our 50th live stream, 50. The JFK $50 of Noel ComiX live streams. So, what better way to kick that off than by playing some Capcom versus SNK, which was recently purchased for the Sega Dreamcast. Now, I have a lot of different Capcom versus SNK. Hey, Nick Chafee, how's it going, man? Long time no see. I believe, what are you, in 8th grade now? So, good deal, good deal. We're going to be playing some Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Collection. This is a compilation of the Japanese version. It's good that you're good, man. This is a compilation of the Japanese versions of Capcom vs. SNK for the Sega Dreamcast. I have every version of Capcom vs. SNK for the Sega Dreamcast in America and the Sony PlayStation in America. And then I also have Capcom vs. SNK 2, and then I also have SVC Chaos. Well, thanks that you've been watching all my live streams, man. I'm really glad that you like it. I always encourage my students to game, but just make sure that you know when to turn it off. Make sure you're a well-rounded person. But no, I think gaming is great. I think video games are beautiful and cool and well-crafted, especially the ones from Japan. And also, the stuff that you learn from gaming, analyzing your surroundings, appreciating artwork, well-constructed compositions, good music, overcoming increasingly difficult challenges by understanding your surroundings and analyzing things, learning how to work with other people, sometimes learning how to sit still. Which, you can work on a little bit from our experience last year, right? So, no disrespect there. But, it's good stuff. I love gaming. I think gaming can be great for you, and it's a hobby of mine. It's something I love to do to relax. So, are you doing distance learning, or are you doing it in person? I mean, we're all doing distance learning now. But, yeah, I know, thank goodness. Let's hope this lasts, man, because, Nick, how's it going? I basically reconnected various things with Prism, and I think it's working now. So, well, I know it's working now because I'm on. So, I just basically kind of logged out of everything, re-logged into everything, made sure all the passwords were right, and here I am. So, that's good. Not that the Facebook version wasn't, okay, but it's just it wasn't the usual audience. Some of you guys, Nick included, stopped by, which was really fun. But I didn't like that you couldn't have the chat on the screen. I like when I, have these streams up to be able to kind of see the chat. Prism has a nice visual style to it, so it's good stuff. So, we are going to be playing some Capcom vs. SNK on the Sega Dreamcast. This is a hacked disc. Now, I don't want to hear anyone, first of all, I don't think there's a problem with sharing old games, whether they're officially released or unofficially released. I swear that's a typical iPhone nonsense, reset everything. Yeah, So I have all the official releases of Capcom versus SNK, but this is a Dreamcast compilation that is fan-made with Japanese versions of said games, including a fan disc for Millionaire Fighting, which is the Japanese version of Capcom vs. SNK 2. Obviously, with our live streams, we are not limited to these, just to the theme of the live stream, we can branch out and do other things. Interesting stuff we got for the game room. We got this cool Vegeta statue right here. I made a trip to Target. I was in the Ithaca area. And Target does have some cool Dragon Ball statues, so I found that Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. I thought that looked super cool. We got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure playing as usual on Pluto TV. So this is absolutely the best mafia work of fiction. As an Italian, I cannot stand mafia movies. because I think they romanticize abusive, terrible people. But JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 5 actually is really good because, the people are noble, and flashy, too. So, let's say, Boston! Hey, man, I gotta get over at AJ's, right? This is the Boston who works at AJ's, right? I was actually thinking of stopping there this weekend to try to get some omelet action or something along those lines. So yeah, no, I mean I'm kind of running a little low on on funds, but AJ's is reasonably priced, and I am joning for some hash browns or what I ever forget. There's hash browns and something. There's like those two kinds of potatoes. I like both kinds that AJ makes. So, yeah, AJ's is like the best diner. It is a diner that I will happily promote on the live stream. If you are on the east side of Cortland, and what do you guys? What street are you guys on, Boston? You put a plug in there for you. If you go by Port Watson Street. You'll definitely find you keep shooting down on your way to McGraw, New York. You will find AJ's. It is the best diner. Really cool people and delicious food. And it's just another reason why you should live on the east side. It's good stuff. So 202 Port Watson Street. There you go. So it's good stuff. Go to AJ's and tell them Noel sent you. And they won't give you anything, but they'll refill your coffee maybe a little bit more. So anyway, let's play some Capcom versus SNK. So, fun fact, this was actually this opening theme. Yes, you too have a good night, my man. The Capcom vs. SNK opening music was actually used in an episode of Columbo. It was actually the last episode of Columbo, called Columbo Likes the Nightlife, where he went to the gritty world of the turn of the millennium rave and, busted the murderous nightclub owner of the rave club called Bait, because they had like fish swimming on the floor, but there was less fish in one of the panels on the floor, and that's because the guy he killed was under one of them, and he found out, and he wore a pink boa, and it was all amazing. So Columbo's great. I love Columbo. It's really about justice, the common person, the person free of pretension who's always underestimated, going up against really smug, corrupt, insufferable people. And I've been thinking about those people a lot, given our current political climate here, but I want to have fun and game. We won't necessarily go on any political rants, and everyone's got different political views. And I'm not one of those gamers, those game streamers that try to shove my views down your throat. But if stuff does come up organically, I do pursue it. So the cool thing about this game here is the fact that we have some extra characters. We have Riot of Bloody Ori, Evil Ryu, and Akuma, and then also we have Dan and Joe Higashi. So pretty much everything. I'm going to go grind some Minecraft. You do that, man. That's part of the struggle. So we're going to actually be Dan, Sakura, and let's be Cammy, and Yuri. Yeah, man, no, go level up, dude. The RPG I've been playing a bit of is Dragon Quest III on the Nintendo Switch. It is fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. I actually just got a Nadia of the Blue Water for the Sega Genesis Mega Drive, and I from a place called Retro God. It used to be Fancy Games. They make incredibly high quality reproduction cartridges of games that were never released in the United States, but fans have translated them, so they make the hard copies very nice. And you get what you pay for. I mean, it's not crazy expensive, but I mean, you get what you pay for. So Dan is actually very good in this game. So if you don't know, Dan is a character that is kind of a little jab. I would say it's kind of a defensive jab at Art of Fighting, claiming how much Art of Fighting derived from Street Fighter. And the reason I think Capcom did this is because the Street Fighter Alpha series was heavily inspired by the Art of Fighting. So they kind of, I think, wanted to get ahead of any claims of plagiarism or copying. Because Art of Fighting definitely has a lot of Street Fighter style tropes in it. But the Street Fighter Alpha games definitely take a lot of cues from Art of Fighting. Art of Fighting is a prequel to Fatal Fury, and Street Fighter Alpha is a prequel to Street Fighter 2. Akuma and Mr. Karate, Takuma, are kind of similar type characters, where you have the Japanese demon, the Tengu, for Mr. Karate, and then the Oni for Akuma. Those elements. Sakura is pretty similar to Yuri, which you can actually see those two right there on the screen. So yeah, it's good stuff. I've very much been enjoying distance learning. The quarantine lockdowns agree with me, man. I'm definitely, I think in this current political climate, even though my politics are all over the place, I'm tending to find more sympathy with the conservative side. But I do think that staying safe in quarantine is of the utmost importance. Make sure you're all wearing your masks and washing your hands and being careful. And just use your judgment when you do go out and, that kind of thing. I was an only child, and I like being at home. I find it very relaxing. I'm very social, but I'm also a homebody. And I just really like the format of distance learning and also the mixed classroom. I think it gives students choice in terms of where they get to learn, smaller class sizes. And as you can tell from this, I'm a talker and a storyteller. And I think the format of, the screen lends itself to my personality. So I really enjoy distance learning, both through the relaxation, the smaller class sizes, and the technology. So there's that. Fighting Iori right now. So I don't know who. I'm assuming Nick is still on here. So Nick, if you are on here, how's it going, man? I'm actually going to vote tomorrow because early voting starts in Cortland, I believe, tomorrow. So I'm going to go down there and voice my opinions. I dislike big crowds, familiar places like church. Yes, I'm voting tomorrow. Yeah, dude. I am so pissed at a certain persuasion, and if you look at my Facebook page, I'm pretty sure you can figure that out. Nice. Yeah, I'm voting at the DMV, and dude, I don't know, man. I can't believe what's going on. So dislike crowds, familiar places like church and the Dome are okay. I can manage, but I dislike crowds of people. I'm cool either way, but I definitely get it because I'm someone who has dealt with a lot of. I'm not saying it's social anxiety for you. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I don't care. But I'm saying I have dealt with social anxiety in the past, and it is something where I did have to wean myself into learning how to be with big crowds, and now I'm just the life of the party. So it's definitely something that you learn how to work on and work with, and just kind of do your thing either way. Oh, Tosan Gomain. I do like to, talk to my students about the debates because our politics is wildly amusing. It's just turning into a. I don't know. It's turning into a. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say because I'm afraid I'm gonna get censored. It's turning into both a soap opera and a history lesson all at the same time. I've infiltrated Jiminy Flickit. Wait a second. Is this Olivia? With the Beatles icon right there? if you're really into some quality British music, I recommend Duran Duran. There's some good stuff right there. Oh no, it's Olive. I can't. Yeah, no, I don't know. I've got so many Olivias and Olives, I can't even tell the difference. Like, which is, I mean, you've got the Beetle icon, but this is the one that cosplays, right? Because I've got another Olivia who likes like Sergeant Pepper and stuff, and then I've got an Olive who like cosplays and stuff. So I don't know who's who. We have an actual character from Art of Fighting versus the Art of Fighting parody tribute character here. I gotta tell you, I'm pleasantly pleased with Dan in this game, even though I just got knocked out. I can't type. Neither can I. International channel! I thought you'd be streaming in Facebook again. No, I finally got this to work. This is the Beatles nerd one. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so you are, that's what I thought. Okay. Because you have the Paul McCartney picture. Yeah, no, your class is fun. Yeah, no, Revolution number 9 and the original Revolution are probably my favorite Beatles songs. I'm not a huge Beatles person. I definitely respect their music and their contributions and their personalities. I actually personally, I don't know, they're not I like a little more layers of sound to my music, which is why it's George Harrison, you degenerate fool. I can't, it's so small, I can't, George Harrison, no, Ringo is my favorite. I would say like Ringo, George, Paul, and John in that order. I do like George Harrison's solo 80s songs quite a bit. And I like Wings. I like Wings quite a bit. Especially Jet. Which actually sounds a lot like the first opening to Naruto. But I like Revolution number 9 because it's just a lot of layers of sounds and like references to like I don't know. It feels like it has to. It alludes, at least in my interpretation, to a lot of history, psychology, artistic experimentation, that kind of stuff. So I like it. So. Other British band I like is the Pet Shop Boys. They're, some of their stuff is not my style, but a lot of it is. So I definitely like a lot of their stuff from the mid to late 1980s. They got a lot of good synth pop. I don't really like their 90s stuff too much, but their 80s stuff is really good. What else is good from England? Rick Astley. Rick Astley is probably my favorite. Sunita, she's another good one. This is all 80s synth pop that I'm talking about right now. Sunita's really good. Bananarama, I think I'm pretty sure they're not, no, they're British. Yeah, Bananarama's really good. Loving the First Degree. Ah, crap. I'm like losing because I'm just trying to think of all the good British synth pop I can think of off the top of my head. Sunita's really good. She's good stuff. Here's Sakura, who I'm particularly good with. So International Channel 4 Life, glad you're here. As well as Olivia and Nick. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Just try to relax as much as possible while trying to get a little bit of grading done, I guess. The Vikings have a bye week, so I won't have the thrill of getting disappointed. Because the Vikings are terrible so far this year. It's not like too late for them to turn it around, but it's getting too late for them to turn it around. Like, it's getting pretty bad. Joe and Dan, the kind of two over-the-top comedy characters in this game. Are you going to stream on Saturday? Maybe. Not sure. It just depends. if I feel like I'm kind of ahead of my work and just have a little bit of free time on my hands, that is something we can do. But for sure once a week, possibly twice a week. Blame Olivia, because I have to teach people like her. That's the situation. Ah, crud. So the cool thing about this game also, I don't have it done because I'm just playing with the regular music, but you actually can get the... They're not dead. No, you're right, they're not dead yet. And Kirk Cousins is really good. He just needs to he needs to have people to throw to. He needs confidence and rhythm. And right now he's got none of that because the Vikings are off to a losing start. Stephon Diggs is gone, so he doesn't have like that elite caliber wide receiver option that he had before. Although Diggs could choke at times. People like her, what are you trying to say? I don't know. People that I have to teach for a living, No, I mean, honestly, I definitely enjoy the fact that you are the age that you are and have the tastes that you do. So I was always... See, I was never that into 1960s music. I think it's cool. 60s and 70s music is definitely cool. But I'm a big 80s person. And when I was your age, I was big into the 80s. So, I mean, I can definitely appreciate... Yeah, Sinister! Yes, is Capcom versus SNK Pro. Absolutely. So we are playing this on the Sega Dreamcast. Actually just got a disc for the Dreamcast called the Millennium Collection that has all of the Japanese Capcom vs. SNK Dreamcast releases. Destroy Knocker. Or whatever she says. I don't even know what she says. It sounds like Destroy Knocker. Oh, man. Cool thing about Cammy, she combines the best of military uniform and Baywatch One Piece. It's good stuff. Here comes Yuri. Uh-oh, Nick Chafee's back. God have mercy on us all. Tiger uppercut. Oh, man. Santino is getting really into watching these, Gosh darn it. There's a thing you can do in Art of Fighting where there's a brief window after you knock out your opponent where you can land a big, your kind of your super move combo. And Santino has just been really into watching compilations of that and having me narrate it. I mean, kind of crazy. We'll choose Evil Ryu or Satsui no Hado Ryu or just Ryu. I could tell this was Dreamcast version because of the quick load times, and that doesn't look like crap. How did you know it was Pro, though? Great thing about playing this game on this PVM is you can really see how red you can see the red they put in Evil Ryu's eyes. So what I was gonna say before I got on my sidetrack there. I have the newer version music turned on this, but you can actually play the OG tracks, so to speak, which I actually prefer to play. The good thing about the PlayStation version that this version doesn't have, though, is that the PlayStation version has a medley of all the Street Fighter openings, and this one just plays the Street Fighter 2 opening. Oh, Joe and Dan. Gotcha. Yeah, we'll play some Millionaire Fighting after this. This comes with a fan disc as well. But it's weird. I kind of looked at it a little bit. I think it's got an art gallery on it. But then it's got this weird thing where you can download saves to other games. Yes. I'm glad you're back, Rogue Drums. Yeah, no, it's great, dude. I did some tinkering with the app, and now I can get it back on YouTube, which is good. I just basically had to reset everything app-wise, and everything's seems to be back to normal. We're fighting geese. This will be a future legend. Geese Howard, super cool tycoon, so to speak. Evil businessman and martial arts expert. Former police commissioner? You cannot escape wrong this. I'll stain my hands with your blood. Predictable. Pathetic. He's a tricky fellow here, and the only thing about him in this, you got to fight him twice, and he does get harder. So, and so he's gonna get a whole new life bar, and I am not. Gosh darn it! There we go. School has been great. I've really liked the distance learning. I like the smaller class sizes. I feel everything just feels a lot more relaxed and organized with this style. I like being able to teach from home sometimes. So this is I really like this system. So I enjoy it. Yeah, so far so good. How's Doug's fish fry been? Predictable. That was timed well. Gosh darn it. Did I get him? God darn it, he got me. KOF EXN GBA. You had him 3 times. You had him beaten 3 times. Yeah. Oh, do we be Evil Ryu again? Yeah, well, we had a pretty good run with them. Yeah, so I got 2 games in the mail today, which is actually really nice. It was this game for the Dreamcast, and then Nadia of the Blue Water for the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. Actually, I can't tell if it's a Mega Drive cartridge or a Genesis cartridge that this guy gave me. I'm pretty sure I think it's a Genesis cartridge, but I just put my stuff in a Game Genie anyway, so I can play whether it's a Genesis or a Mega Drive with no problem. So, Mr. Sinister, how's life on the West Side? Have you done any early voting yet? Cortland is getting its early voting going tomorrow, so it's pretty fun. This should connect. There we go. Evil Ryu versus Geese, who is also evil. Since you mentioned it, I figured I'd... didn't vote yet. Hang on, Olivia, let me see what you're saying here. I'm going to pause for just a minute here. Since you mentioned it, I figured I'd answer... I only go to Doug's and Skinny Atlas now. The local one doesn't seem to call me picky. I don't know. Doug's has been good. Not too much happening. A couple weeks off because of the Rona. You had the Rona, and it's bad. Worrying about that. I'm going back the third. What did you say? I'm going back the. Sorry, man. Hang on. I'm trying to read this sideways here, and everyone's got text on the screen. I'm going back on the third Cortland now. The worst Rona per in New York. It's gotten thankfully our population is small, but our infection rate is high. So you had it, man? I'm glad you're over it if you did. You know, it's weird because it's one of those things where, like, just different people react differently to it, you know? Ah. I never said that I have it. I don't want to get it. Oh, yeah, good. We'll keep it that way. I'm blaming this loss on Rogue Drum's alleged Rona. Just I, got so concerned. That's the issue. Let's get crazy here. It'll be Dan and M. Bison and Cammy. Here I go. So you'll notice that Mike Bison, person we know as Balrog, is in this game. Stateside. I do enjoy Tyson's fighting style here. So, I mean, I actually box in this style, so I actually like to play as Balrog. So I can kind of... Normally, I don't like playing boxing characters, but I like playing Balrog. Ah! I say that now. Come on. I blocked that Rising Storm with a jab. A girlfriend has been really stressed about it. Her brother's doing well in school. He's showing some really funny Peppa Pig memes. Here I go. I mean, here's the deal, man. Like, I think you should be careful, but not stress about it. Because, like, here's the deal. If you have precautions and you're careful, that's all you can do. The survival rate on it is good. It's dangerous, though. I mean, it's not something you want to screw around with. Because it's something where, if you start getting a lot of cases, it's going to be hard to treat all the people because it spreads so quick. But thankfully, our numbers are high, but it seems like we're handling it fairly. It doesn't seem like we got many hospitalizations, which is good. But you don't want to screw around with this stuff. I'm actually a little surprised we're going back, but whatever. Oof, Cammy. This is Geese's tower. I like that I just said she's been stressing about it, not me. No, I didn't say you were stressing about it. I said that she was. I said, I'm just talking in general. I mean, it's something that's definitely easy to stress about. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting media analysis because, it's important to be informed, but I do also think that the media sensationalizes things and also has a political agenda. So, you kind of have to... It's so weird because you have to, like, filter out information out of a lot of distortion. So it's definitely a challenge that we have living in this country that's so... kind of media, it's media saturated and sensationalistic, but at the same time, with something like this that's serious, you have to be informed about it. So I don't know. I'm just talking. So I'm probably gonna stay home when we're supposed to go back to school. Seems like seems a lot more logical, and don't want to walk up. I actually see you walking up the hill when I drive to school. I'm really tempted to splash you with water, but yeah, I usually choose against it because you were on the other side of the road, and I'd have to swerve across the yellow line to do it. Number 50. Yes, it is. This is the Curtis Jackson of live streams here. Arcade. Hang on, I want to read what's in the stream here. I'm going to pause. Our cases in the agency remain extremely low, but it's possible to get it with a mask. Without it, just smart hygiene, do what you can do. Yep. Kind of like you say, you may doesn't really mean you might. It's actually more like even though you are. And what else we got here? Yeah. No, honestly, Olivia, so fun fact, it is technically number 52. This is like the 50th on the of this style because the other ones we've been interrupted on. Olivia, so I actually used to have to, walk up the hill when I was in college. I used to have to walk up to Cortland State Hill. So I feel your pain. But use your judgment, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you stay up on your work. I mean, honestly, I think, like, if your parents can't make you do it, I can't make you do it. Just, and, you just got to be, responsible and accountable, which you are. So just do whatever. I mean, and the most important thing is you learn in a place that you feel safe and comfortable, so. Man, go down, please. That should do it. Yep. It's like the semantics of language and things meaning different things. That's what they're literally saying. Wait, Sinister, what are you talking about? Because I think I missed your first. I think it's probably up in the stream. I probably missed the comment. And you're talking about semantics. Are you talking about the semantics of COVID or something else? Sorry, I'm just kind of focused on beating Geese, who's being a total a-hole here. Oh, man. He didn't get all of it. When you said you, but didn't mean him specifically. Oh, yeah. I gotcha. Talking about the semantics of language and things meaning different things. I gotcha. I hear you, brother. Man. Don't stop me. Ah, man, almost had him. We're really getting an English lesson here. Well, I told you education and video games overlap, so. I'm a strong advocate of, having a life that, where work and pleasure are intertwined. Rugal. What do we want to do here? How about Morgan and Rio? That's a good combo there. Try Akuma. I will. I'll try him next time. How about the debate last night? What's your thoughts? I thought that... Okay, so I'm just going to go for it here. I'm appalled that the media is censoring this Joe Biden laptop story. I'm furious, and I'm someone who has... read a lot of Noam Chomsky that talks about a lot about the corruption of the media. So I'm beyond furious that the media is censoring a story because they want to get Joe Biden elected. Whether or not you like him better than Trump or not, it should be up to the voters to weigh what Trump's corruption and Biden's corruption is against each other. And I feel like the intelligence community and the media are working together to get Biden in office at the expense of our political process. And they're using, and I've studied a lot of history too. I've studied a lot of Soviet history and McCarthyism, which is like using Russia to basically, manipulate people politically through fear, is exactly what's going on here. And I'm like furious about it. I have no problem with people who want to vote for Joe Biden, but I am not going to personally. And what is going on now in terms of our power structures is, in my opinion, horrendous corruption for the American way of life. Like, if you want to choose to live in a place where like information is censored, that's fine. That should be something that the people choose to do in terms of how they set up their type of government. People did not choose that here, and it's ridiculous, in my opinion. As far as the debate went, and the reason I brought that up is because that happened, like right in the midst of the debate. And it was not brought up enough, I thought. I thought Trump could have really nailed him and said, why don't you just sue the New York Post if all this is a lie? And then start asking really specific information about, like, are these emails fabricated? Is the laptop fabricated? Are the pictures fabricated? Or were these hacked? What is this? Instead, he didn't get into it. Maybe he didn't want to get into it for God knows what reason. I don't know. But, Biden is being coddled by every establishment force that there is right now. Stories are being censored on social media. It really bothers me. The debate was less insane. It was more of like a thing of dueling political speeches. Trump needs to lay the hell off the Tanner, because he looks like Snooki. I don't know, it's like if Hulk Hogan and Mr. Burns had a baby. That's who Donald Trump is. But I think it's crazy. I think personally it's probably the lesser of two evils, but you just take your pick. But I thought that I don't know. Biden is garbling his words too much, and Trump is not precise enough with his answers. And I think the Democrats are complete hypocrites because it looks like they have Biden dead to rights on everything they accuse Donald Trump of doing, and have provided no evidence that it's Russian hacking. So there's that. So. Hulk Hogan is pale now. Hang on, I gotta read this. Because, this has been bothering me, and I didn't want to just dump it on all you guys, but I kind of just dumped it on all you guys. And I do have students here, which I'm always honest with my students, though. But I don't want my views to manipulate my students either. Okay, let's see what we got here. Do. Let me see what we got here. Okay. Better than the first debate. Yes, it was. I watched 5 minutes. Oh, that's not too bad. Hey, Damien, how's it going, man? It was good having you in church school the other day. Last night, I saw the Borat movie instead of the debate. Less people watched the second. Yep, okay. Ultimately, hey, Damien, what's going on, man? Hulk Hogan and Mr. Burns had a baby. That's exactly what it is. What it is. He's like an old businessman with Hulk Hogan's spray tan. And he's a WWE Hall of Famer, too. What ultimately bothers me is people say they don't want to be like Soviet Russia or Nazi Germany, and then they do censorship. Yeah, no, I know. They're total hypocrites because I don't understand like what it is. If like their whole thing is like, that they think that Trump is too authoritarian, and then they act more authoritarian than him when their candidate it looks like they have hard evidence of being accused of what they think Trump does. So I don't know. It drives me nuts. And if it's not true, then just provide freaking evidence. You can't just say Russia. It's not that's not a defense. You can't just say, oh, that's not true. It's like, well, what's not true? What's not true? Like what? Like I don't know. So, but if you're someone who really, if you want to vote for Biden or whatever, that's fine. I just don't want. It's unfair, I think, that all of the institutions in our country are, basically moving together to manipulate our election in a very, very heavy-handed way. So, there's I don't know. And as far as, so that's, I think, what really should be being talked about in the news. But damn it, I almost had him. So that's what I think should be being talked about in the news. As far as the debate went, I thought it was funny when Joe Biden called Donald Trump Abraham Lincoln, AOC plus 3. I mean, like, I don't know. So I thought that was a funny line. I don't know. It was just, I mean, these debates are just a spectacle. This was not an insane spectacle like the first one. Eastern European boogeyman. This is exactly what it is. Dude, I studied the Soviet Union. Like, I have a minor in Russian history. And it's like, I'm not even opposed to people's right to choose that style of government. I'm not. If that's what you end up choosing, you know, you're going to be stuck with it. But, you know, it's your right to choose that. And if you want to be benevolent with your rule or whatever, you know, I'm not saying that everyone's got to have a system of law like the United States. I'm just saying that you know, like what Nick is saying, the hypocrisy is maddening. Of what's going. I mean, stuff could change. I don't know. Maybe they'll realize the error of their ways and start covering the story more. But I don't know. It's crazy. And if then the question is too, if it is something that came out of Russia, is it real? Because if it's real, it doesn't matter that it came out of Russia. These are serious, you know, issues. But, you know, I mean, I had a history teacher at Cortland Christian Academy, and she was a Republican, and I'm not a Republican. But I'm radically independent. There's things about the left and right I like and hate, and it's just all, you know. You can watch my YouTube channels for more philosophy, politics videos. But come on, go But I can't remember what I was going to say. I was so obsessed with beating geese here. Oh, yeah, I know, Mrs. DeSantis. She was cool. Like, I was a Catholic Democrat. I beat the game. And I still am a Catholic, but I'm not a Democrat anymore. And she didn't care that I was like that. She just always encouraged me to do my best and express my political views to the best of my abilities, and really taught me that, you know, just have the most ethical version of your view. Like, have the best version of your view. And so that's what I try to do with my students. But, you know, I mean, I that doesn't mean that I'm a relativist either. I believe in things, and what I think is going on right now politically is, you know, the media doesn't like to be called fake news, and they have just they're substantiating the fact that there's massive bias and dishonesty, which we all knew. If you watch or read Noam Chomsky's Manufacturing Consent, this is all there. Like, but you're just seeing it now in a very crude way. So we beat the game. So it didn't take much to get me to break into a political rant, but, you know, there's that. So Dan wins. Sakura wins. Ryu wins. And there's a fire. It's Geese Tower. It's not doing well. See, this reporting right here, the reporting in Capcom versus SNK is better than what's on most media right now. See, if Trump is going to tan, he needs to go for more of the Geese Howard. Like, find that on, like, a paint wheel or something, you know. And I remember being in middle school during the Bush era, and being the only conservative there. Yeah, no, dude, it was the opposite. I went to a Christian school. I was the only Democrat there. But it was great, man. And now I'm, you know, there's things that I'm more socialistic about. There's things that I'm more radical about. There's things that I'm more conservative about. But the bottom line is I always tell my Sunday school kids, love God with all your heart and treat other people the way you'd want to be treated. And that really is the bottom line. Voting for either is just fine, but people are forgetting Jorgensen's point of view, and they're entitled for who they want. Yeah, I know, it's true. In 10th grade, I was the only conservative in my class. Election 04, more of a moderate these days, though. Not everyone should have a system like the United States, but the United States should honor its... Yeah, no, I agree. Hey, Caleb, how's it going, brother? AOC didn't like being called AOC by Trump. because it's sexist. She likes being called AOC. I thought she liked being called AOC. AOC plus 3 is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. You know who made this program? AOC plus 3. Even Biden cracked up at that. So I met Elliot Spitzer one time, and if you guys don't know who Elliot Spitzer is, he was the governor of New York. He was a guy who made his name prosecuting prostitution and corruption, and was wildly corrupt and used prostitutes themselves. That is the vibe I get when I see a lot of Democratic politicians. That's not to say that Trump isn't corrupt. He is corrupt, but Trump is corrupt in a goofy businessman way. It's less cold-blooded, if that makes sense. I'm not. I don't care, man. Like it's just I'm mad. So, Caleb, it is good to have you, man. I'm happy you're here. Elliot Spitzer, dude. I have a picture with Elliot Spitzer. I miss Pataki. Yeah, I don't know, man. Honest to goodness, I think personally Cuomo has been really bad for public education. He has pushed through a lot of standardized testing. I think public education, because of the structures that he set up, education is more bureaucratic and less personal, and I don't think that's good. Plus, I think is. He's someone who I disagree with on a lot of social issues, and his handling of nursing homes during this crisis has been, I think, abysmal. I think other than the nursing homes, he's done a pretty good job in handling COVID. I actually think Trump and Cuomo, like people think they're like polar opposites, but I think when push came to shove, when COVID was like a real threat, they did what they had to do. You know, I mean, were mistakes made here and there? Absolutely. But, you know, they both were adequate to above average for the worst of it. So, and I mean, take that for whatever it's worth. That's my opinion. Yeah, Pataki, he ran for president against Trump, didn't he? Wasn't Pataki in that race for a minute? All right, let's play some millionaire fighting. I didn't mean to, like, turn off all my students with my political ramblings here. I'm mad Noel still never got my game. I trust it will arrive eventually. Dude, the second I get that, I'm gonna make a video about it. Well, you're on the West Coast, right? Is there like a tracking number you have for it? Because if you have a tracking number, you could like text it to me and I can try to, you know, see where it's at. So the weird thing about this right here is you kind of get this like... I guess I don't know if it uses like the Dreamcast's internal modem or something like that, but yeah, you basically load this disc, and it has the original Capcom versus SNK, which I do have the disc of this. Well, send me the tracking number. We'll figure out where it is, or you can look at the tracking number too. Millionaire Fighting, and then this fan disc right here. Let's play some Millionaire Fighting 2001. We got this game as Mark of the Millennium 2001. I do think the name Millionaire Fighting is really cool, though, so... This is such a good game right here. I love the PS2 version. I've never played the Dreamcast version, so this is a first for me, playing the Dreamcast version here. These are the current top team rankings. So this is like Marvel versus Capcom. This is Capcom versus SNK. So what Capcom would do, Nick, is they would like to pit their characters against characters from other companies. That process started when they had the Marvel license. And in Japan, SNK was the rival fighting game company to Capcom. Piston Takahashi, the creator of Street Fighter 2, the creator of Street Fighter 1, left Capcom before Street Fighter 2. So he made like Ken, Ryu, Sagat, the kind of base structure of Street Fighter. He went to SNK and made a lot of fighting games, Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting. You know, they had like the King of Fighters franchise. So Capcom and SNK were like the two big arcade 2D fighting game companies in Japan. And their games kind of like ran parallel to each other, kind of like WWE and WCW.
SNK2, Millionaire Fighting 2001.
I just wanted to hear him say Millionaire Fighting, because I've never heard that.
Versus SNK 2.
So eventually, Sinister's really good at the history of this, my lack of familiarity. Yeah. So basically, when Capcom was flying high, SNK was in some poor financial shape here, but they did, after Marvel vs. Capcom, do Capcom vs. SNK, and then these games were made by Capcom, and then you had SVC Chaos SNK vs. Capcom, which was for the Neo Geo and Xbox. And then in Japan, PS2 got a release. It'll be interesting to see how the new Xbox does in Japan, because Sony, it seems like it's becoming increasingly a Western-based gaming company, which is not good. So, Maki. This has got such nice music to it. Got to get my application done for OCC. Nice, yeah, do it, man. I already applied and sent in transcripts, good stuff. I got all needed for audition for OCC. Go for it, brother. I'm happy for you. I think it'll be fun. I'll be curious to see what it's going to look like, though, with all this, virus prevention going on. So if you don't know, Kyo is from Rival Schools, my favorite 2D, it's my favorite 3D Capcom fighting game. Capcom vs. SNK was great. Millionaire Fighting, aka Mark of the Millennium, I think is even better. It's just they're both great games with their own style, but this is such a good game. As evidenced by that really cool finish move. Capcom vs. SNK is what WCW vs. WWF Division should have been. That was the worst freaking story. Like, they needed to fork down money and bring in the NWO from the get-go. They basically tried to, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Vince McMahon is so weird, because first of all, Donald Trump is just like Vince McMahon. Like, if you wanted to have like a good parallel to Donald Trump, it's Vince McMahon, the guy who runs the WWF. He's a loud, bombastic businessman who rewards his friends, punishes his enemies, is in it for profit, but it seems like he has like his own mild sense of he's got his own warped sense of honor. He's actually also like Funny Valentine from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So if you wanted to find parallels to the president, it's Vince McMahon and Funny Valentine. From JoJo. Anyway, but like Vince is really good at taking other people's ideas and tweaking them and making them his own. But it looks like, there's times when he gets wrestlers from other companies and things from other companies and has absolutely no idea how to handle them, which always, was weird to me. Like, I never quite understood why. Sometimes he was really good at making those adjustments, and other times he was just totally flat-footed and incompetent. Like, when he got Hulk Hogan from the AWA, he knew exactly how to use him. When he got, I'm trying to think of other guys. Like, pretty much all the AWA stuff. His whole thing was, it's going to be more AWA than the AWA. And he was really good at that. Razor Ramon, like, he was able to kind of tweak the Diamond Stud to be, even better. But then when he got, like someone like, he reinvented Stunning Steve Austin. By the time like Steve Austin got there, he was a totally new character. Stunning Steve Austin to Stone Cold, first Ringmaster, then Stone Cold. What am I talking about here? Yeah, Vince McMahon. But when he got when he got the WCW guys, I don't know whether he just wanted to bury them or he didn't know what to do. It was really bad. I liked the NWO invasion in WWF. I thought it was great. And then he turned Hogan face and killed the whole thing. So even if Hogan was getting cheered, you could still have him be a babyface heel. It's an oxymoron, but it's true. You could have him be a badass guy that was running with the bad guys and still was popular with the fans. That's basically what Austin was, a heel babyface. Alright, come on, Kyo. When I used to publish anime online in the early 2000s, my name was Kyosuke Koizumi. I got it from Junichiro Koizumi, the Prime Minister of Japan at the time, and Kyo from the King of Fighters. WF should have been ashamed of themselves for saying Scott Hall was too similar to Razor Ramon, knowing the Diamond Stud. Oh, no, yeah. I mean, the audacity is pretty ridiculous. That's what Judge Dredd took, made our own people, making them his own. Oh, Dr. Dre did. Yeah, I thought you said Judge Dredd. I was like, what? I mean, if Dr. Dre and Judge Dredd did a collab, that'd be pretty cool. Speaking of Judge Dredd, I did like Judge Dredd. I like both Judge Dredds. I think I like the first one a little better, but I like the second one a lot as well. Studhead, Diamond, Death, Drop. Yep, no, Diamond, Death, and the Toothpick. Yep, no, yeah. I mean, yeah, like, he had the same look, he had the same moves. Like, I mean, like, I know I've listened to interviews with Scott Hall, and he said, like, you know, Vince told me, slow it down, you know, pace, like, slow the pace of the match. Like, I think it was either Vince McMahon or Mr. Perfect told him, it's like, no wasted movement, you know, just like, when you do something, make it mean something. Other than that, just be really methodical about things. You know, pace it out. Don't waste your good moves. Make your good moves meaningful. And actually, when I was making my comic, I was actually really thinking of that. Like, no wasted movement. You know, don't just, you know, if you're going to do something, make sure it has meaning and then progress the story toward that. Yeah. Yeah, Toothpick and everything. No, I know. WWF just had more on-the-ball lawyers than WCW at the time. WCW was the best wrestling company ever, but, you know, it was like lack of focus, you could argue, was ultimately the downfall of WCW because, you know, when Bischoff, you know, had, you know, was rolling, he had a focus. It was, you know, be different than the WWF, and use what the WWF had better than the WWF, you know? Like, have a different format, but, you know, use their guys in a unique and more interesting way. And he did, you know? I think so. But once, you know, I don't know, once all the different components of the corporate life came into it, you know, that's why I think the lawyers were less focused, because I'm sure Turner's got a million different lawsuits that they're working with, and WWF is all about one thing, the WWF. Now it's different, because it's publicly traded, I'm sure, but... I know it's publicly traded, but I mean, I don't know the internal workings of WWF or WWE, but I'm sure it's less focused than it once was, when it was, you know, Vince McMahon and his flunkies or whatever, you know? My favorite quote from original Dredd movie was eat recycled food. Yeah. I am the law. No, I like them both. I really did like them both. I think I did like the original a little better though. I should revisit that. I haven't watched it in a while. It was a cool movie though. So if you guys don't know, Maki is from Final Fight 2. I actually should try to get Final Fight 2. I don't have any of the Final Fight sequel games. I've played them, like on a computer, like through emulator. Maki also present in Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper. Yosha! Yeah, it feels good to be able to stream back in the familiar format. Yeah, I did the one by myself the other day. You know, that, like, you know, Sinister International Channel are like, why am I just getting this notification for this, like, the day after, you know? So that was through the Streamlabs app, and then I did one through Facebook, and it was weird. I just had people, like, like my normal friends from just day-to-day life like would pop in, see what it is, and leave. It's like, the hell is this? Like, oh hey, so and so, how's it going? Oh, they're gone. So that's good. I already had my meeting with the OCC recruiter. That's awesome, man. That's really, really good. You're right. It is good. That is good. Eagle. Looks like that one dude from not Game of Death. Enter the Dragon. Also looks like Captain Tennille from JoJo. Captain and Tennille. It's so stupid. In like the American version, they call him Captain Dragon. Like, what? Buster Wolf. Now, he does have a move where he can get Batsu and Hinata to come out too, and I don't know how to do that move. Kyosuke. For those of you who don't know, Batsu and Hinata are the other two main characters of rival schools. Would you have warned? Would you have Warner a 3D CVS back then? What? Hang on a second. Okay. Maki delay is really short today compared to normal. Okay. Oh, the delay is really short today compared to normal. Have you ever wanted a CVS? Would you have wanted a CVS back then? Like a Capcom arcade cabinet? Like, is that what you're talking about? Like a Capcom arcade cabinet type thing? Or a drugstore called CVS, which we also have here. Yeah, I'm just looking at the 3D. Wait, but I wanted what 3D? A CVS 3D. What is that? Oh, Rival Schools. Yeah, no, dude, I loved Rival Schools. Yeah, those are my favorite games. I have it. We should play it. Oh, would I have wanted Capcom versus SNK to be in 3D? No, not at all. I'm sorry. I'm missing. My brain's not working. Too many. I don't know what's going on. Too many blows to the head or something. Would I have liked Capcom versus VS? Wait, what? Or Maximum Impact. No, like the EX series of Maximum Impact. No, I like this better. I mean, I think it would be cool if they did something like that. But I like the. I've always liked the anime sprite art. I don't know. I think this type of game just lends itself to a fast-paced anime, style. If it's in 3D, it's just got a different feel to it. A good feel, a pretty feel, a nice feel, but this is like I'm controlling a really cool anime with really stylish, energetic artwork with really, really good music. So I would wanted these games to be in 2D. In fact, I wish there would be more SNK games into it. I know SNK's kind of made the move to 3D since they got that Chinese parent company, where they got based out of China, however they have it. And it's still good. I like it a lot, but I prefer this style personally. But I do love it. CVS, the drugstore. Yeah, that's right. You guys have a CVS, right? Or is that just a Northeast thing? You can go get yourself an at-game Sega Genesis. Not in place of a 2D one, but in addition to... Oh, yeah, hell yeah, absolutely. Would I want one also? Absolutely. The more, the better. Oh, here comes a new challenger. It's Geese. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm just trying to... I'm sorry if I'm losing track of stuff on the stream. Actually, one of the reasons I think I like... you have a CVS. That's good. Dude, Walgreens prices suck. We had a Rite Aid around the corner from where I live, and it was fantastic. I used to go there all the time, and I had god-tier savings at that place. I got 20% off the whole store because my card was leveled up so high. Then Walgreens came in, and they suck. I go in there, and I buy, like... First of all, they have some nice action figures, but, like, not that nice. I mean, not enough to compensate for what I'm about to tell you. I go in there and buy, like, some body wash, some aftershave, and a Dr. Pepper. And it's like, that'll be $32, you know, so, like what? I mean, I'm only slightly exaggerating. It's pretty bad. It's now Walgreens. That's what I'm saying, man. It sucks. I mean, I like the people that work there. I like going to the corner drugstore and buying stuff, but it's freaking ridiculous, man. It's like, I'll get a deodorant and a thing of Mike and Ike's. They'll be $24. Like, okay. Do you have your discount card? Yeah, they'll be $23.50. I live right near too. Oh, cool. Well, that would make sense. That's why I see you walking to school. Yeah. Well, the good thing about that is it's next to Coffee Mania, which is good stuff. Yeah, Coffee Mania, that is the best. That's the best coffee anywhere ever. Ah, crap. That was a super combo finish. Only gives you 50% off, 50 cents off, yeah. Well, 50 Cent, he just made the news. Sinister and I complain about him because he's a jerk. He's a sociopathic jerk. But he's also a talented and pretty smart guy. But anyway, everyone started hating on him because he endorsed Trump, which is stupid. Like, I hate mob rule and groupthink. You know, like, I mean, I'm all for class consciousness, but class consciousness should not mean forced conformity. You know, that is the dumbest way to interpret things. Like, agree with me or else. Because he doesn't want to be 20 Cent. Who do you want to be here? Let's be Ken. They attacked Ice Cube for just working with Trump. Dude, I know, it's such bullshit. Scream. Yeah, you got to try the new cookies and cream macchiato. Ooh, cool. 20 Cent in the house. Yeah. G-unit. 20 Cent. I'm in that whole 50 Cent Ja Rule beef. I am so much Team Ja Rule. I mean, I listen to both of their music. I'm not gonna like discriminate. You know, like, oh, I can't listen to that guy's music. I mean, they're both talented, but father and son. Come on. Yeah, no, and I mean, I honestly like Rick Ross, in the 50 Cent Rick Ross feud better, but Rick Ross is like getting to be a real jerk about politics too. It's like, I'm cool like having like a political opinion, like if you like the left liberal stuff, and I'm a kind of person that's like Black Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter. Like, it's stupid to try to differentiate between the two. But like I'm Rick Ross, like, he calls out people that have like nothing to do with them, and stuff, but. I mean, he's super talented, He's a hypocrite, but he's super talented. I countered it. Diabo. My son always says that. Diabo. Ooh, Morgan, pretty in pink. Dude, but we still have a Rite Aid in Cortland, but it's like way across town and like positioned in an awkward intersection. So it's kind of difficult for me to go there, but they have such good stuff at Rite Aid. Rite Aid is like, you know what I got last time I got a Rite Aid? I got a crap ton of like really good shaving cream, aftershave, body wash, a little boom box, Britney Spears Oops, I Did It Again CD, and I got it all for like, $40. That $40, if I go to Walgreens, that is like a bag of chips, a tchotchke, and a thing of deodorant. Like I'm not even like joking. It's ridiculous. I'm putting Walgreens on blast here. Lower your damn prices. There we go. I punched Geese Howard in the face. Save on Drugs used to be a thing. I used to remember Eckerd's. Eckerd's was Rite Aid. So it used to be like Faze, Eckerd's, and Rite Aid. That was the... I like Rite Aid for the Trifty's ice cream. Ooh, nice. Boycott Walgreens. I'm not calling for a boycott on Walgreens. Cancel Walgreens. I've had it up to here with those people. I'm going to cancel them. They made my life inconvenient, and therefore they must be destroyed. That's the logic of Twitter these days. Anyway, yeah, no, Walgreens I don't want Walgreens. I like Walgreens. My son's like, can we go to the drugstore? I'm like, yes, of course, it's fun. We like going there, but it's like, I'm so sick of spending, like, getting to the freaking cash out counter and spending like $30, $40 on nothing. I could buy a video game for that. You know, we could be streaming fun new games. See if we... is our score high enough to get to God Rugal or Shinakuma? Not if we lose, though. Ah, Athena! There we go. Boycott Konami. No, don't like the Walgreens. I complain to my wife about this all the time. Like, my sister-in-law was here the other day, and I, like, went on this rant because I just got back from Walgreens, and she's like, I hear this several times a day. I will tell you, you know what I got that's cool at Walgreens? They have these, like, little Dragon Ball tchotchke guys from, Dragon Ball, what's that Japanese Dragon Ball arcade game that's like a fan fiction? I'm blanking on its name. Dragon Ball Heroes. They got little, like, chibi Dragon Ball Hero guys. That's, like, really cool. But, I mean, like, dude, I don't need to, like, pay freaking $50 for a thing of milk for that. I think because I lost, I'm not going to get to... Not going to get to the hidden guys. Soul Feast. Come on, Morgan. You succubus. Come on, there we go. Got him. Will that super combo bring me closer to the points I need? I don't think so. I think I got something like, what, like 700 or something? Target is one of the least human and overworking jobs I've ever had, but factories are even worse. That sucks, man. Well, power to the proletariat, brother. Seriously. So we didn't get the special ending here. That's what I get all the time. It's like, you know, how come you don't like, you know, you've got these like socialistic elements, but then you like the Republicans, and it's like, dude, sometimes like not everything is material, and I don't totally like the Republicans either, but like sometimes not everything is material. Work ethic matters. At least pretending to care about you know, right and wrong and what's important to the working class matters, even if it's not always materialistic 100% in their advantage. You know, sometimes you might have to take the long way around the corner to get to your goal. I mean, I don't know. Countries deal with sanctions all the time for what they, you know, view to be the greater good, or just, I don't know. It just depends on what your viewpoint is. I don't know. America, it's hard to be an independent thinker and try to fit yourself into the two-party system here. But, you know, I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, if you watch a lot of I Should Have a Barbecue When I Get Home, yeah, you should. Now you're making me want barbecue. Can you mail me a chicken leg? I mean, how much is, like, the shipping on a cooler? Like, what are we talking here, man? I mean, you were generous enough to send me that Game Boy Advance game. I want ribs, damn it. But not like the gross ribs. Like the McRib. Can you get me a McRib? Do they have McRibs in Compton? And please tell me yes. Suge Knight can get me a McRib. I mean, like, please. Yeah, I want a McRib. That guy's got connections. Say, look, Suge, you don't know me, but I know a guy who really would appreciate a McRib. At work, I had carrot sticks, potato chips, and a turkey sandwich. I can see why you'd want a barbecue after that. So that doesn't sound too bad, though. Carrot sticks are supposed to be good for you. I went to the doctor today, and she's like, watch it on the smoothies. They actually have a high sugar intake. Because, like, I just put fistfuls of fruit and vegetables in the blender and just, you know, chug it down. Which is good, but apparently there's a lot of sugar in it, too. So, I don't know. I mean, I exercise a lot. But I've definitely, like, bulked up in varying degrees. So, yeah, there we have it. That's Capcom versus SNK 2. Mark of the Millennium 2001. So we'll say hi to everyone out in YouTube land. So I don't know what we should play next. It's been a while since we've done a nice live stream. I'm still rocking and rolling. I'm awake. We actually started a little earlier. A lot of times when we'll do these live streams, I'll start streaming at like 10 o'clock. It's like 11 o'clock right now, so we usually wrap it up at around midnight. I don't know how long we'll stream, but we definitely have, we got some time. So what do we want to play next? I don't know if I showed you guys this or not. Here's a cool Vegeta statue I got. So, no, I did. I was so... Wait, what? Fun fact, in 2012 I got stuck in Compton, and my college friends had to take me home in a McRib. I was so drunk. Well, that's kind of sad, though, because then you wouldn't have been aware enough to enjoy the McRib, you know? That's... Yeah, like a McRib is something you gotta really treasure and value. You know what we could do? We could get really, really crazy, and we could bust out the Atari 2600. We could play some bowling. We could go with some really like high-tech, edgy gaming. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play bowling on the Atari 2600. I insist on it. Okay, we're doing that, man. We are playing bowling on the Atari 2600. It's one of the new Atari 2600s that comes like that cool Frogger. They got a pretty cool Frogger that's unique to that model of Atari, and it's really good. It's a really good port of Frogger. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We'll get this. This is like I don't know if like what Judge Judy would say. I mean, this is like my son and I share this. I actually bought this for my son, so I want to say it's my son's Atari. You know, I don't want to, like, co-opt it from him, but I'm the one that plays it, so. I think my dad had one of those at one point. Yeah, they're cool. This is an actual ColecoVision, so, look, it's Captain Benjamin Sisko right here from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Look at that. Look at that headshot right there. But yeah, here's my ColecoVision. This is a legit 1982 console. We could play some ColecoVision if we want, but I think we're definitely going to play some Atari 2600 now. These are really good. Like, At Games gets a bad reputation for some of their Sega Genesis products. We actually recently streamed the At Games Sega Genesis. I thought, the HD one was actually pretty good. I'd say it was probably about, I'd give it like an 87 out of 100 for a score. Me and my parents just found out, and we were surprised that Judge Judy created the show Hot Bench. No, I knew that. I knew that. Yeah, you know what's weird? Like those judge shows, a lot of them are like they're all like in bed with each other. Like I would follow a Judge Chris. Nah, I mean, not like maybe they're having orgies. I don't know, but like daytime judge show orgies. It's like, oh no, here comes Joe Brown. No, but they're all like they overlap with each other. Like I follow Judge Christina Perez on Facebook, and she like had a selfie with bailiff from Judge Judy, you know, and those scripted ones, like the low budget actors, I think they kind of go back and forth. Judge Judy knows how to keep kayfabe. Yeah, she does. I think Judge Mathis. I don't agree with Judge Mathis on all of his politics, but I really like his show and I respect his story. So I think he's a pretty cool dude. Noel, look around the room. What to play next? Bowling! Why not? Absolutely. Alright, we're going to play some bowling here. I insist upon we're going to get the Commodore 64 1084S monitor right here. We've actually got Atari being hooked up through HDMI, S-Video to HDMI right here. So we'll power on our Atari. You were one of the people I joked with that Pat Peterson won the international championship in a tournament. So tell me, Pat Patterson. Yeah, it's ridiculous. All right, what's going on? Why don't we have picture here? I can hear the music. Do I have to jiggle something here? Hang on. Having technical difficulties. Normally when you do stuff the analog way, that doesn't happen. I think I get it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. S-Video cable's just being a little finicky here. Alright, there we go. Alright, where's our controller here? Let me kind of scoot over here to the side. Hang on, gang, I'm a-coming. Alright. Let's try to frame this camera up nice. There we go. I'd be mad if the McRib was discontinued, like the McRib was on The Simpsons. Alright. The interface on these games was always kind of weird. Bowling, here we go. Start new game. Alright, check this out. I'm gonna... So because this is Atari here, you gotta actually hit the button on the console to get it to start, so hold on. Alright, there we go. This is some cutting edge stuff right here. Move over PS5. And that, my friends, is what it's talking about. What I'm talking about. And what the console's talking about. Man, this is so real. You can feel it. I actually find this game incredibly relaxing. I like the Atari 2600. Not all Atari 2600 games are very good, though. Some of them are great, like this one. And others aren't. This is literally the game, guys. You just do this. With these games, you kind of had to use your imagination, too. It's like, it helped to look at the box art while you played. But I do find this aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, it's surprisingly nice to watch the stream while drawing. Well, I'm glad I help fuel the creativity. I'm drawing a angry, bespectacled, bald man holding a video game controller. I'm sure that's what you're inspired to draw right now. So. Screaming on a roof. That's exactly Don't forget to get the stubble right. That's the key to being bald, having good stubble. Ah, man. I mean, you got the angry part. Yeah, that's good. Fueling rage in your artwork. Take that, society. I hate my teacher. I'm bowling a 53 right now. I don't know what that means, but it's not good. So is this 4K or 5K? Dude, you don't even understand. This monitor is a beast. I'm not joking. This monitor is from 1987, and it can hang with an HD TV. Like, 80s monitors, they were, like, 13 inches or so, but, I mean, their picture is really good. The resolution's really good. So, in answer, it's 8K. This is an experimental Atari 8K. I mean, Atari's, like, I've been following the drama of the whole Atari VCS. Like, Atari is basically a PR company run out of France that licenses the Atari name. Yeah, okay, so there we go. Was that our game? I bowled a 97. Congratulations. Let's play this again. Hang on. Ah! I'm alive, don't worry. Ta-da. Alright. Oh, I had us worried there for a second. Anyway, yeah, the Atari VCS, right? It's like it's an overpriced computer for your TV, but I think it's cool that it's got the Atari branding on it. So, which is kind of the whole point of it. I mean, I'm all for that thing existing. I just wanted to be reasonably priced. All right, how do we want to do this here? There we go. So the reason I actually got this is because another company wearing Atari's carcass. Well, I mean, here's how I look at it, man. Like, if they have the Atari name, as far as I'm concerned, they're Atari. Okay? What they're doing with the Atari name is what they're doing with it, which is, I don't think, really in keeping with the, with anything really, much having to do with Atari other than the logo. And I think if they were really into Atari, they wouldn't just be like, think like, oh, Atari, 2600 games. It's like, no, if you have the Atari, then you should be like, if you really wanted to make an Atari box, like you really wanted to make like either like a plug and play console with a PC option or something like that, you should include like emulators for different Atari consoles, like load it full of Atari ROMs. Like the Atari Jaguar has a really good scene for homebrews. So, yeah, no, I mean, like, you could make a really good Atari console that focuses on Atari's back catalog, and then, I don't know, like, maybe try to, like, get a couple exclusives on it of, like, new games that could, play on whatever tech you have. I don't know, like, maybe, like, their whole thing is like, oh, well, it's like a medium-powered laptop in terms of its power. It's like, okay. I don't know. Is like what Atari does is they basically just try to rebrand stuff from China, and it's like, and I got nothing against China. I'm just saying, like, that's what they do. They get like Chinese Android products and try to, slap the Atari name on them, and like there's something special. It kind of reminds me of Soulja Boy when he had like the Soulja Boy console, which is just some random Chinese console that was loaded with ROMs. That was actually pretty fun, though. I really wanted one of those. Alright, we're bowling a 78 right now. Kids today, they're all about the Fortnite and the Among Us, and the Last of Us, and the Us of Us. But nothing beats a good game of Atari bowling. Weird thing about this is you can actually, like, move the ball, too. But it's like, I try to, like, aim it. Because, like, watch this. If I try to curve it, see, then it's like you can get a little bit more, but... Oh, I bowled a 108. Okay, 10th frame, so I'm going to position this just so. Alright, we got to pick up the spare here. See if we can do this. Behold my mighty hand. Ah, damn it. You stand there mocking me. Alright. Atari Jaguar was the last console to be manufactured in the U.S. I think I remember hearing that. Yeah. No, Atari Jaguar is cool. Let's play some Frogger. Hold on. How do we get back to the menu? I don't even remember. Start. No, that's new game. Difficulty. Select. Is that it? Power. How do we get back? Do we just turn it off? That's going to start a new game. No, that gives us players. Ah, screw it. Let's turn it off. Among Us is actually fun. I've never played Among Us. Have you beaten The Last of Us Part 2? I know you were trying to slog through that, but it's apparently a pretty depressing, unlikable game. But the company said you had to like it, so there you go. Frogger. Alright, so let's try to pan back a little bit here. Okay. This looks really good for an Atari 2600 game. Of course, we all remember the fantastic episode of Seinfeld where George bought the Frogger arcade machine from the pizza shop, and then Kramer and his buddies like screwed up and drained the battery on the arcade machine, and then he had to try to get the arcade machine across the street, and he became Frogger, and then got hit by a truck. So... Come on, give me some log. And we're in. Alright, good deal. Come on, come on, come on. Crap! Oh, I made it. Okay. Shoot, I'm gonna run out of time. I need to get over to that other log. This isn't good. Not good, not good, not good. Ah! Alright, come on, Noel. I actually have another Frogger 2 on the Xbox 360. It's actually really good. It's like a cute little Frogger. Kind of looks like it was animated in Flash. Really high quality artwork, though. It's really cute. And it plays like this. Basically gotta hop around, but the levels, you know, it's more graphically enhanced, and you gotta find things. Shoot. Ah, man. Frogger. So real, it hurts. Hang on, come on. I'll check the chat in a second. Shoot. Ah, game over. Alright. So, well, it's packed anyway. What are we talking about here? I'm going to go now. Getting tired. Have a good night, man. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Monks is actually fun. I only played once today, and it was decent, I guess. Did you see my message? Yeah, you're going to bed, right? Is that it? Anything else other than the fact that you're going to bed and have a good night? Did I miss something? I think the last thing I saw was Nick talking about Among Us. I still have a lot of time left in my shift. Barely have a couple hours. Yeah, I know. Good night. Good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure. I have stuff to do Sunday and Monday. If anything, they ask me in tomorrow and not those days. Yeah, working on the weekend sucks. It's packed anyway. Was supposed to buy a house. What? Can't figure out. Hang on. What is going on here, man? I'm sorry, guys. The chat is getting all over the place here. Packed today. Why does the chat keep scrolling back down? I'm like trying to read Nick's thing. Was supposed to buy a house and FHA. I can't even. Nick, I'm sorry, man. Like every time I like scroll down, like it keeps like scrolling. I can scroll up to see your comment. I keep scrolling it back down. So I don't know, man. But that I'll check it out. I'll check it out later. Last thing I saw you was to talk about The Last of Us and something about you buying a house. True Sinister's shift sucks. But yeah, so it sounds like there's exciting and crazy stuff going down with all of you. And I appreciate the fact that you're here and sharing that exciting and crazy stuff with me. Let's do one more round of Frogger, and then I'll probably play something a little more up to date. All right. So the key thing the thing that we have to do right here is ideally we would like to try to get to this. Ah, damn it! We gotta try to get to this other side here. Come on. Got you. All right. I mean, I can't remember like what Frogger looks like totally arcade perfect, but this looks pretty darn close, if not identical. I mean, the big difference is there's no music. I don't really remember what being purple does to me here. And then maybe it just gives me like an extra point. The only thing about playing Frogger is it's harder for me to check the chat because it's so demanding of your attention. Ah, damn it. Go, 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 go. We're so close, man. Ah, crud. Alright, anyway. I'm going to play something more up-to-date. Plays newer Frogger. I could do that. I have newer Frogger. That's a good idea, man. We're going to do that. We're going to check out newer Frogger right now on the Noel ComiX live stream here. So... Let's get that going. Let's see what time is it right here. My phone is actually getting pretty hot, so that's probably not a good sign. Hey, Arrow. All right, man. How's it going? So we are playing. I don't know why my camera is zoomed in so much. Am I like zoomed in here? I don't know. We've been playing fighting games. We played some Capcom versus SNK. And then we played some Atari 2600. And then now we're going to actually play the newer Frogger, the 1997 Frogger for the PlayStation. So where are you, Frogger? Right here, we got our PlayStation games right here. Got a nice little library. I would love to like stream more of this Amuro Nami game right here, but they keep taking it down, which is really stupid. Like I'm not like playing her music videos or anything. Alright, what are we doing here? Frogger, Tekken, Mega Man, Frogger, here we go. Been busy a lot lately. Well, that's good. Stock Atari 2600 couldn't pull off the one you were playing. Yeah, you're probably right. Alright. That looks more like a really good ColecoVision game. Actually, I mean, I prefer ColecoVision Donkey Kong 2 to the arcade one. All right, it's always good to give that monitor some love. I like that Atari. I like the Commodore 24. The Commodore 24 1080S is a really good monitor. I don't know why my camera is so awkward. It's like it's all like extra zoomed in. It's like the Blair Witch Project over here. I'm so scared. All right, come on. All right, here we go. Set up our telephone. I am pleased to announce that Pluto TV has an all-day Johnny Carson channel. It's fantastic. And they also have an all-day Bob Ross channel. So if you ever get tired of watching anime and Japanese Power Rangers, not that you'd ever get tired of watching those things, but maybe you're in the other room and you don't speak Japanese. Those games or those TV shows are good to go. On Pluto TV. Where dreams come true. Okay, here we go. Fun fact, Coleco made the pre-NES Donkey Kong ports even on other platforms. Interesting. They deliberately made theirs better than others. That would never happen now. I want to say that Sega did that with Altered Beast. Like, there was an Altered Beast on the Famicom that was apparently not very good. But then the Altered Beast on the Mega Drive was, freaking boss. So, all right, let's pop in Frogger on the PlayStation 2. But it's actually a PlayStation 1 game, so. So we're just going to swap in a new SCART cord here. Really glad to be back streaming on YouTube. Okay. All right, here we go. All of this is hilarious to me. Coleco made a converter to play. I have that converter. It doesn't work right because I bought my so I got my not my 2600. I got my ColecoVision at a garage sale, and what ended up happening was it came with that converter, but the converter had been in the garage for so much it was very rusty. So it. I have that converter, but it doesn't really work. I'm going to head out. Getting pretty tired. Was a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for a good day in class. And thanks for stopping by the live stream. Take good care of yourself. And good luck with your drawings and your Beatles music. And walking up hills. And spending too much money on things at Walgreens. Good deal. I also heard Midway didn't get Namco's consent to make the Miss Pac-Man. Interesting. Yeah, it seemed like it was kind of the Wild West back then. I mean, I remember, they had like a whole bunch of different. I wanted you could see Sears catalogs and things with their own Atari 2600s. I used to like this game. I remember seeing commercials for it when I watched reruns of The Simpsons. So basically, this is like a cross between Frogger and Mario 64. It's pretty good. It would have been interesting to see Sonic Mania, not Sonic Mania, Sonic Extreme. They kind of tackle a similar concept to this. You know, because with like the polygon and the old school style, and then in other levels they have exploration as well. Ah, that's no good. Good thing about this one is I can pause it. We both said Wild West coincidentally, independent of one another. Yeah, there we go. Good old days like the Wild West. Yep. I like Miss Pac-Man. I think I like Miss Pac-Man better than regular Pac-Man. Prettier colors, a little bit easier. Oh yeah, I gotta get these guys. So I believe the last Sega Genesis game was Frogger, and it had the label of the 1997 Frogger on it, but it was actually the a really good port of the arcade Frogger. See, it probably would have had to have been better than the arcade Frogger. Isn't it crazy? Flair had the belt back in '91. Yes, yes, it was. I've been listening to a fair amount of Disco Inferno and Conan, just yam around about the good old days. They actually had a really good clip of Eric Bischoff and Ric Flair back in the late '98 or early '99. It had to be early '99. And just how excited the crowd was for the whole promo. It was an interesting chit chat they had. They played the thing via audio. It was good stuff. Come on, come on. There we go. Frogger also made the last NES game. That is interesting. Was it also just a port of old school Frogger? I don't even know what the last Super Famicom game was in Japan. Or I don't know the last Mega Drive game either. Ah, damn it. Kind of tempted to buy Final Fantasy IX on the Nintendo Switch. But I just bought the Mana Collection on there, so I should probably play through that more first. I've got so many RPGs, I don't even know what to do with. Retro Level Part 2. That's interesting. So the 16-bit consoles got old school Frogger. And the PlayStation got this. Yeah, this is a fun game. I like it a lot. And it does take me back to 1997, 1998. Did Rhino burn the actual ECW belt in TNA? He put something in a garbage can. I don't know if it was the ECW belt. He might have pretended it was. But I have no idea if that was the actual belt. I mean, if it was, It could have been more badass. Like, you know, the whole thing is like, I'm putting this in the garbage. But it's in a belt, so I kind of care what the people think, you know? I mean, they're trying not to get sued, but I think it would have been more impactful if it was not, like, wrapped in a pillowcase or something. Because, like, I don't even know what that is, and, like, what is the point? Like, I mean, Medusa throwing the women's belt in the garbage, like, that had impact because it was the actual WWE belt, and there was competition going on. I mean, I guess he did that at the time when ECW on Sci-Fi was out or something. That sucked, by the way. I mean, like, anything is better than WWE now, though, because I'm really not a fan. I mean, I know people who are fans really like Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss. I mean, they're pretty cool. I mean, I've heard Roman Reigns is a heel now, which is, like, much, much better. Because people want to boo him, and, like, heels are supposed to get booed, and, like, he played a heel really well when he was in the Shield. Plus, they hooked him up with Paul Heyman. I do not like Paul Heyman as a, like, in terms of his career. But, But he can definitely talk for people who can't talk. There we go. I like them all. Wait, you like all the ECWs? This is the only thing about playing Frogger is it's hard to look back at the chat. Oh, you liked all the Froggers. Okay. I was like, I liked all the ECWs, which is fine if you like the WWE ECW. I can make a bad Chris Benoit joke, but I won't. The joke would have been it was so bad he, went insane and murdered himself and those around him. But that would be an incredibly poor taste. Oh, man, I thought he was going to go away. I deserve that. Roman, Alexa, and Bray. Yeah, no, you like them all? No, yeah, no, they're cool. Alexa is probably the best out of that trio from what I've seen. I think they tried it. They're too melodramatic with Bray Wyatt, though. Like, they're way too melodramatic. Like, well, okay, when you have, like, a badass heel that's out, you shouldn't be trying to be like, oh my gosh, this is special. Something's happening now. What am I seeing? Like, it's like, that's not supposed, you shouldn't have to, like, signal to your viewer what the viewer's supposed to feel. They're supposed to, like, feel it, That was what was so good about the NWO. Like, they didn't tell you what to think. It was just, like, really good. Stuff happened organically. It's like, holy crap, it's Hulk Hogan, and he's using all of his good guy powers for bad instead of good. And he's also insane, and then here's a bunch of WWF guys that you always wanted to see fight WCW guys. And it's like the Apocalypse, it's like really, it was really good. I mean, it was like naturally and organically exciting and edgy. Bray Wyatt is good, but it's just, I feel like the stuff is so bad there that, like, the fans of it cling to anything that's halfway decent like it's the greatest thing ever. I mean, I still watch AEW every week religiously. So yeah. Wait, which joke, man? I kind of just went on a random rant there. What am I talking about here? Oh yeah. So AEW, they got to get the belt on Omega, man. They got to get the belt on Omega yesterday because he's really good, and his booking in AEW reminds me of Bret Hart's booking in WCW. I laughed when I saw heel Hogan. Oh, the Benoit joke, yeah. It was so bad he killed himself and those around him. I laughed when I saw heel Hogan Hulk up against Flair and Dude, I know, it was awesome. That was really good because I remember I think it was probably like one of the third or fourth attacks of the NWO. It was when DiBiase debuted, and he was in the crowd. First of all, getting DiBiase out of the NWO was really stupid. like really stupid. I mean, Bischoff and DiBiase were fine together, but whatever. Anyway, so it was when like the Giant joined the NWO, and like Hogan and the Outsiders came in the ring and interrupted the Dungeon of Doom Horseman match, and like this big fight broke out. The Giant joined them, and Flair was just like chopping Hogan and just throwing everything that he could at him, and like it didn't phase him at all, you know. And it was just like the match when he was a good guy. It was like now you were like supposed to like root for Ric Flair, and he was still the less powerful guy, even though like the tables were turned, and it really added like a dramatic tension there. You know, it was like, oh shit, like he's like Hulk's using his powers for evil instead of good. You know, it was really interesting. So yeah, I loved WCW. I loved the NWO, and I don't know. I feel like WWE is just it's just very overproduced.